They say the lion is the king of the animals, and it makes sense. Lions are big, strong, and brave. Their large manes do look a little like a crown. If you were to ask a lion, he'd probably say that he was, in fact, the king of the beasts. Lions normally feel quite self-important. One particularly narcissistic lion was called Luther. Luther lived on the edge of a big forest next to a beautiful clear stream. He had everything a lion could ever want. He had a wife and 2 little children. He had lots to eat and his life seemed perfect. All the other animals were afraid of Luther. He was so big and strong and bossed them all around. The horse ran away whenever she saw Luther, and the little dog cowered. Even the wolf, who was very fierce and daring, feared Luther. As fierce as the wolf was, Luther was just so much stronger. The one animal that didn't fear Luther was the one you might expect to be the most afraid. That animal was the mouse. Now it wasn't that the mouse thought she could escape Luther's sharp teeth or outrun him. She was just more worried about other things. The mouse was more afraid of the cat than she was of Luther. You see, the mouse was very tiny. She was the smallest animal in the whole forest. Because of this, Luther never bothered her. But the cat, who was much smaller than Luther, chased her constantly. The mouse was just the right size to fill the cat's belly, so she spent most of the time hiding. The mouse was a good hider, but every now and then the cat found her. One day Mouse hid herself in a hollow log. She settled down to take a nap when all of a sudden she heard a familiar noise in the distance. It was a meow. Then she heard the sound of feet on the log. The cat had come to gobble her up. "You cannot hide forever," the cat said. "I smell you in there and you'll have to come out eventually." The mouse knew it was true. She would have to come out to eat. "Help! Oh help! Somebody please help me!" cried the mouse. The cat laughed. "No one can hear you," said the cat. But someone could hear her. It was Luther. He followed the voice of the little mouse. "What is happening here?" said Luther. "Oh, please help me," the little mouse said. "If you help me, I'll repay you somehow." "Don't be silly," cat said. "You're just a little mouse. There is nothing you can do for a lion." "I can do something," said the mouse, "I promise." Luther was very amused. "Very well," he said, and let out a big roar. The cat hissed and ran away. "Oh, thank you," the little mouse said. "I promise I will repay you somehow." "How do you plan to do that?" said Luther. "You are just a little mouse. Run and hide before the cat comes back." The mouse listened and ran away. Luther went home laughing to himself the whole way about what a poor little mouse could ever offer a big strong lion. After a few days he forgot all about it and spent his time wandering the woods and feeling very proud of himself. One sunny day he went down by the watering hole to drink, only to walk past something large and strange. It looked like a great big spider web woven between the trees. Luther had never seen such a large spider web and went to touch it, only to have it fall on top of him. It wasn't a web, it was a net. The king of the animals was caught in a human's net. Luther thrashed and screamed. "Help!" he called, "help!" His voice was very loud and all the animals of the forest heard him. The little dog heard him and ignored him because he was afraid. The horse heard him and she didn't want to help him. She remembered all the times Luther had chased her. But someone heard him and came to help him. It was the mouse. She scurried up to Luther. "Go away, little mouse," Luther told her. "There is nothing you can do. You are too small and weak to help me." "No, I can help. Look." The little mouse took a strand and started to chew. The strand unraveled and broke apart. "What will that do, little mouse?" Luther said. "Wait and be patient," the mouse pleaded and then began to chew again. Slowly, strand by strand she chewed the net open until Luther slipped out. Luther thanked her. "I underestimated you, little mouse," he said. "What can I do to make it up to you?" "Nothing," she said. "You helped me and I helped you, that's all." And that was the story of the lion and the mouse.